I was just looking out the window at the gray day that we have out here with the weather, and it occurred to me how quickly something like a winter storm can disrupt all of life. And whether it's 2 feet of snow or a quarter inch of ice, the normal plans or routines that we might have for the day are shot, and we have to rethink and reimagine how our day is going to go. It shows me a little bit about how fragile life is, really. And it's, I think, a perfect kind of weather for Ash Wednesday. We're entering into this brand new season, a season that's often one of contemplation, one of confession. This year, we're going to focus on lament or complaint, suffering. We're already starting to look forward to the cross and thinking about the work of Christ on our behalf and the sin that required that work and the love that led Christ to fulfill that work. And this is all part of our Lenten experience, our Ash Wednesday kind of experience. And I'm sad that we can't meet together, but I thought I'd send you just a few thoughts to help you focus as we begin this season together. And the first thoughts come from a psalm, Psalm 22. We're going to bookend our prayers of lament with this psalm. And so we'll come back to this again on Monday, Thursday. But listen to these words of that Christ echoed on the cross. But this is Psalm 22, verse 1 through 5. My God, why have you forsaken me? Why are you so far from saving me, so far from my cries of anguish? My God, I cry out by day, and you do not answer. By night, and I find no rest. You are enthroned as the Holy One. You are the one Israel praises. In you our ancestors put their trust. They trusted and you delivered them. To you they cried out and were saved. In you they trusted and were not put to shame. You can hear in these words, lament. It's a cry to God. Something is not right. It's not the way it's supposed to be. Something is not fair. We want to rescue. We want to be saved, and we don't see the salvation that we hope for. We cry out to God, begging him to listen, begging him to pay attention, calling for an intervention. We want him to do something about it. And this lament, as often is the case, immediately turns to praise. Yet you are the one who's holy. You are the one who we praise. You're the one who we've trusted from generation to generation. We can look back at the story of God's people and we can recognize that they were delivered time and time again by this God they cried out to. That though it seemed grim, though they were in despair, though they were facing hardship and trouble, God did not abandon them. He, in fact, came through time and time again. When they cried out, they were saved. When they trusted in him, they were not put to shame. We have the same experience when we cry out. We can cry out to God at any time with our lament, with our complaint, with our whining, and say, God, come. God, save. God, help. And he comes. The lament does one more thing for me, and it reveals, much like the bad weather did, our limitations, our frailty, our weakness. Ash Wednesday's traditional saying is dust to dust, ashes to ashes. As we place those ashes on our foreheads, we're reminded that we are fragile, frail creatures, that we're dependent creatures. This is what the lament does for us. It says, I need you, God. I am dependent on you. Without you, I am doomed. And so as we begin this journey, I invite you to embrace lament and its companion, confession, where we say, God, it's not the way it's supposed to be. We can imagine it could be better. As soon as we say that, we have to admit our own contributions to the brokenness, that we have added to the pain, we've added to the trouble. Sometimes we've been the cause of the trouble. We confess that and we cry out and we have this trust. He is the Holy One. He is the one who is good to keep his word, that he keeps his promises. He's the one that we can trust. He's that one that when we cry out to him, he will save us. So I say, don't hold back. Cry out, lament, confess, and discover that God is with you always. Though we are frail and fragile, dust to dust. Yet God is the Holy One. He's the one we praise. He's the one who walks with us. And when we trust in him, we will not be put to shame.
Lord, I come, I confess, bowing here, I find my rest. Without you, I fall apart. You're the one that guides my heart. Lord, I need you. Oh, I need you. Every hour I need you. My one defense, my righteousness. Oh God, how I need you. Where sin runs deep, your grace is more. Where grace is found is where you are. And where you are, Lord, I am free. Holiness is Christ in me. Lord, I need you. Oh, I need you. Every hour I need you. My one defense, my righteousness. Oh God, how I need you. So teach my heart to rise to you. When temptation comes my way, when I cannot stand, I'll fall on you. Jesus, you're my hope and stay. So teach my soul